Jason had always believed in honesty and trust. He thought his marriage with Emily was strong and unshakable. One morning he noticed Emily acting distant. She was quiet and distracted, as if something weighed on her mind. Jason asked about her day, but she gave short, vague answers that felt unusual for her. Over the next few days, Jason saw her checking her phone in secret and quickly putting it down whenever he entered the room. He tried to ignore it, thinking maybe she was stressed at work, but a feeling of unease kept growing inside him. One evening Jason noticed a name he did not recognize on her phone, a name called Daniel. He hesitated, but curiosity and worry got the better of him, and he glanced at the messages. The messages seemed friendly at first, but soon Jason realized there were hints of emotional closeness that he had never shared with her. He felt a wave of disbelief and hurt. He wanted to confront her, but also feared what he might learn. That night he watched Emily from across the room as she texted and laughed quietly to herself. Jason decided to wait until morning to talk calmly. He wanted answers, not arguments. At breakfast he asked Emily about her friend Daniel. She looked startled and tried to brush it off. Jason insisted, gently explaining that he needed to know the truth for their relationship to continue. Emily sighed and admitted that she had been talking to Daniel more often than she should have. She said it started as casual conversation but had grown deeper. Jason felt his chest tighten as he listened. He did not yell or panic, but he could feel his world shifting. He asked why she had hidden it. She said she did not want to hurt him and that she had been confused about her feelings. Jason decided they needed help. They contacted a marriage counselor to understand what had gone wrong and how to move forward. During therapy sessions they explored their communication patterns and learned how distance and neglect had affected their marriage. Emily acknowledged that she had felt disconnected and that her attention had drifted toward Daniel in moments of loneliness. Jason reflected on his own role, realizing that he had become complacent in showing affection and attention. They began setting rules for honesty, sharing passwords, and openly discussing daily activities to rebuild trust. Emily deleted contacts and avoided situations that could lead to temptation, showing Jason her commitment. Jason learned to express feelings calmly and confront doubts without creating conflict. Over weeks the tension in the house slowly eased, but memories of betrayal still lingered as reminders of broken trust. They created a journal to write down thoughts, emotions, and reflections, helping them understand each other better. Jason began to understand that forgiveness is a process that takes patience, effort, and transparency. Emily shared everything she could about her conversations with Daniel, no matter how small or trivial, to show honesty. They started planning activities together to reconnect, taking walks, cooking, and attending community events. Emily consistently demonstrated accountability, never blaming Jason and acknowledging every mistake fully. Jason and Emily revisited places they had enjoyed early in their relationship, rekindling old memories and affection. They laughed and shared stories of the past, realizing that positive memories could help heal emotional wounds. Therapy sessions taught them techniques for emotional regulation, communication, and conflict resolution. Jason noticed that he could now trust Emily more than he had since discovering the affair. Emily showed initiative in rebuilding the relationship, volunteering to discuss difficult topics first. They celebrated milestones together, small achievements that reinforced progress in trust and communication. Jason realized that betrayal exposed weaknesses but also offered a chance to rebuild a stronger marriage. Emily and Jason combined lists of goals for their marriage, creating a roadmap for future growth. They addressed boundaries in friendships, social media, and work interactions, ensuring transparency and comfort. Emily voluntarily shared details about lunch breaks, meetings, and work outings to maintain trust. Jason learned patience, understanding, and the importance of emotional honesty over anger and suspicion. They planned weekend trips to focus on each other, reconnecting and strengthening emotional bonds. The couple explored new hobbies, volunteering, and learning new skills together, creating shared experiences. Jason and Emily reflected on past mistakes, identifying triggers, and planning how to avoid them in the future. They acknowledged that trust is fragile and requires consistent effort to nurture and maintain. Emily expressed gratitude for Jason's calm response and his willingness to work through betrayal together. Jason noticed improvements in communication, their laughter returned, and tension decreased gradually. They developed a habit of weekly check-ins, discussing feelings, challenges, and successes in their relationship. Emily made an effort to maintain transparency and accountability in every aspect of their daily lives. Jason learned that trust can be rebuilt through consistent honesty, patience, and mutual respect. They celebrated 1 year since the revelation, acknowledging the progress made and the lessons learned. Emily and Jason shared their story with close friends to highlight the importance of communication and honesty. They created annual evaluations of their relationship to review boundaries, goals, and emotional health. Jason realized that betrayal does not define a marriage, the response to it does, and shapes its future. Emily acknowledged the affair as a wake-up call, prompting self-reflection and commitment to change. They discovered that partnership requires ongoing effort, attention, and mutual support in all circumstances. Jason and Emily practiced expressing appreciation, gratitude, and recognition daily to reinforce connection. The couple addressed minor disagreements, calmly learning to resolve conflict without escalation. Emily shared feelings of vulnerability openly, and Jason responded with understanding rather than judgment. They continued to plan trips, adventures, and shared activities, focusing on positive experiences together. Jason noticed a gradual return of trust, though he remained mindful of past vulnerabilities. Emily consistently demonstrated that rebuilding trust is an ongoing process requiring dedication. They learned to celebrate small victories and reinforce progress through acknowledgement and reflection. Jason understood that forgiveness transforms pain into a guide for better decision-making. Emily learned that consistent effort, honesty, and humility are key to repairing damaged relationships. They created shared projects and goals that reinforced teamwork, cooperation, and emotional connection. Jason realized that emotional fidelity is as important as physical fidelity in maintaining a strong marriage. Emily remained committed to transparency, accountability, and ongoing self-improvement for their relationship. They discovered new ways to support each other emotionally and practically in daily life. Jason and Emily built a foundation of resilience, learning to navigate challenges with empathy and patience. Over time, laughter, joy, and shared experiences returned naturally, reinforcing their bond. Emily expressed gratitude for the journey and acknowledged the growth it had inspired in both of them. Jason reflected on the lessons learned, recognizing that trust can be rebuilt stronger than before.